Hey, Kevin here with another Flippin' Dork Flips and Finds video where I show you different items that get really cheap, sometimes even free, and then I sell them either on eBay for smaller stuff I want to ship out, or for bigger local items I'll sell them on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. By the way, Facebook Marketplace has been doing amazing lately. Almost everything sells on there right now. But anyway, this week starts off with a couple of local sales, so let me show them to you real quick. Alright, so how about this to start off the week? I sold the really junky table tonight, about 9 o'clock at night. This lady showed up and bought it for 10 bucks. I found it on the side of the road, and anyway, she said it was for her daughter's place. They just got a place. They just need something for now. They're going to throw a tablecloth on top because the top was really messed up on it. So I sold it for 10 bucks. Okay, this chair I found on the side of the road for free. I listed it for 45. I had all kinds of people asking about it. Then there was even a guy today that said, if the first person don't get it, I will pay $75 for it. Well, the first person checked it out, and the very first thing she noticed was the crack, and she was like, oh, I didn't know it was cracked. I don't know about that. And I was thinking, did you not read the listing? The entire listing was almost about how to fix the crack, and then 3 of the 10 pictures were of the crack, you know, up close. So I don't know, people, they don't really pay attention to the listings. They look at pictures and they ask about it. Okay, so anyway, the second guy that said he would pay $75 for it, I contacted him and let him know, hey, it's available. Now the deal is not working out. It's, well, can you meet me? I'm like an hour away, all this kind of stuff. So anyway, someone tonight, about, I don't know, 10 minutes ago was like, hey, is it still available? I gotta have it. I will buy it sight unseen tonight. Can I come get it? I said, sure. So it's probably, what is it? It is 10:30 at night right now, and they're coming over here in just a few minutes, and they're going to pay the full $45 I was asking, so I'll take it and just be done with it. So anyway, hopefully they'll show up in a couple of minutes and be really happy with it. All right, so like I said, last night at 10:30, the people showed up. They really liked the chair, and again, just like everyone else, they apparently did not read the listing. They didn't know it was cracked, but they were okay with it. They figured they could fix it up, and they're kind of like us with chairs. Some of them you don't really sit in them, you just like to look at them. So we have a couple chairs like that. So they were kind of buying it just because it was so cool, and they thought they were getting this, you know, super great, amazing deal on it, which they were, but it does need work. So anyway, they were happy with that. But what's funny is they showed up at 10:30 at night in this little Mini Cooper convertible, you know, music blasting, and then they get out and they're wearing their pajamas. So they must have been like looking on their phone in bed, and they're like, oh, we got to get that. Let's go right now. So anyway, that sold for $45. And I got it for free on the side of the road. Okay, now fast forward to this morning, a guy contacted me about that red recliner I just picked up this weekend on the side of the road, just right across town, or right up the road here in town. And anyway, it was bulk trash pickup on our side of town this weekend. So I was driving around. There wasn't near as much as the you know, the bigger side of town, but I did find a few things. Had a lot of people. I had it listed like 2 days ago, and there was like 1 or 2 people contacting, and then last night and then this morning lots and lots of people were asking about that. I had it down to 15 bucks. It was kind of worn out, the fabric, but it still worked and reclined and all that kind of stuff. So all these people were like, you know, I want this chair. Let me get back with you after work today. And I was letting them know that, hey, there's lots of people asking about it, so the sooner the better. Well, this guy was the first one to show up, so he got it, and he said he's going to college this year. And I don't know if it's going to a dorm or an apartment or whatever, but he tried it out and liked it, so he gave me 15 bucks in ones. Seems like these local salesmen are really cheap. I get change or ones or something like that. But anyway, he bought it for 15 bucks, so then I marked it sold. That notified everyone else that's been asking about it. I'll leave that up for a few days, and then I will delete it off of Facebook. And I didn't even put that on Craigslist. Facebook's been doing so well that I sometimes just put on there because it's so much faster. So anyway, that sold. So that was my 2 sales. So they were both free on the side of the road from this weekend. First one was 45, second one was 15, so that's 60 bucks just to drive across town and pick up a few things. So that's not too bad. Okay, also, last night before I went to bed, I listed a couple of things on eBay. I've been doing so much stuff throughout the day, taking pictures and getting getting everything boxed up, and then I don't end up doing my listing until late at night. But anyway, one thing I listed is this right here. It is this Texas Instruments TI-84 Plus. Now, I don't think that I'm not positive, but I'm not sure the blue case actually went with it, or the cover. And it's a little scratched up, and if you can see that, it has like this dark mark on there. But it does work, and anyway, I put it a little cheaper than all the others. So I got this at let me rewind here. I got it at a garage sale, what was it, 2 weekends ago for $1. And anyway, I listed it last night for $42.95. I thought I included shipping, but apparently not. I put free shipping, and it sold before I woke up. So it sold this morning. So I got full price. So I turned $1 into $42.95. This is really lightweight. Shipping will probably be like $3.50 or something like that. It's going to Florida, maybe $4, but probably not. So that's still not bad. That's almost 40 bucks out of this thing. So that's pretty good. Okay. I also, this is really cool. This is a super fast sale. Probably my top 3 or top 4 sales in speed. So I just listed this afternoon. All right. So this is, let me kind of dig it out here. Comes with a Hi8 tape. That should kind of tell you something. It's got the cord. What's this right here? This is a Sony Handycam Video Hi8 camera, and it actually does work. The battery is no good, but when you plug it into the wall with the cable, it does work. It came with a tape that I don't think I have up here, but anyway, I tested it out. It was someone's, I don't know, it was like a Christmas or something on there, so I just used that tape to kind of test, make sure it was working. When I first tried it out, it would record for like 2 seconds, and then it would give this warning that I needed to remove the cassette. So I removed the cassette. I did it over and over, probably 3 or 4 times, and then it just started working. So maybe the head, because this thing had been in storage a long time, so maybe the like recording head was just a little dirty, and now it's cleaned up. So I just put that in my listing. I told them exactly what it did, and I priced it a little lower than everything else. And it sold. So it sold like right after I listed it. Okay, so I got it, I don't think I mentioned, but I got it at a yard sale last fall. I think it was the very first yard sale I went to with the intention of selling stuff. And it was this huge backyard sale, tons and tons of tools. I got all kinds of stuff there, and a lot of it ended up being junk that I threw out because I didn't really know what I was buying. But I remember seeing some videos, people talking about these old, outdated video cameras do well. It was only $1. Actually, there was no price, and I just worked out everything. I put it in a bucket, and they, you know, $10 or whatever it was, and I had 10 things, so it ended up being $1. And anyway, I listed it last night, less than what they were going for. A lot of these were going for about $75 for free shipping, or maybe about $65 to $70 plus shipping, somewhere around there. Some of them were lower, you know, $40 or something like that. I decided that even though mine works, but it's maybe acting up a little bit, I'll go a little less. And I only paid $1, so I put it at $59.95 plus shipping. I posted it, I moved on, I got one more thing posted, and then my phone, cha-ching, it went off, and this sold already. So it sold in about 20 minutes. So they paid $59.95 plus $11.15 shipping. So in total, it went for $71.10. I only paid $1, so that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I have about a half hour to get them mailed off. So I'm gonna go print labels and get that done. And then if I have any more sales, and I might have some more local sales today possibly, so if any of that happens, I'll make sure to throw it in the video. All right, so it's the next day. I had a couple of sales. First one was a local sale yesterday evening. I sold that wood rocker that had that kind of pink mauve colored cushion on it. I got it for free on the side of the road. I had a few people asking about it, and I mistakenly sold it to the second person, not the first person I promised it to. And I was distracted last night working on a dresser makeover for my other channel, and thinking about it, and then I get a message on Facebook, hey, I can actually show up tonight earlier at, you know, I don't remember what time it was, 7 or something like that. I said, okay, that's fine, and then I gave them my address. They showed up, paid for it. Then when I get in and get cleaned up and get back on my computer just to check messages, I realized I sold it to the wrong person. So the person I was supposed to meet today that I promised it to contacted me, hey, are you still available at 4? And I had to tell them I sold it to the wrong person. I don't think they were happy, but it just happens sometimes, and I need to be a lot more careful. Normally, I kind of do something old school. I write everything down on a notepad and keep it right in front of my computer. Write down their name, where they're from, either Craigslist or Facebook, what offer they gave me, you know, and what item, obviously, and then where we meet, you know, at home, at the gas station, in town somewhere, you know, whatever. And then that's just kind of how I keep track of who's making me the real offers and who's just, you know, asking if it's available online. So anyway, I didn't do that on this one, and I distracted myself with some other projects I'm working on. So anyway, I'll try to be a lot more careful. Okay, speaking of mistakes, I made a mistake on this one too. This is an eBay sale from last night. This is a vintage Sony Easy4 alarm clock radio. I think it's from the late 70s, early 80s. It's pretty cool. It's digital with analog radio, and then it has analog dials to set the alarm instead of pushing little buttons. This is kind of cool. Brown with faux wood finish. Just has that real kind of retro, techie, 70s, 80s look to it. So anyway, I found this at Habitat for Humanity Restore. It was $4. They were really only selling for about $25 plus shipping, up to maybe $35, $40 of free shipping. So I could get it right around my $30 mark I'm trying to do. And they were pretty good sellers. They were actually selling. So I went ahead and listed it the other day for $29.95 with shipping, thinking it would be about $10 shipping, and I could get that high end about $40 on it. Well, it turns out that I accidentally had free shipping on it, and that's why it sold so quickly, because it was cheaper than everything else and it actually worked. So I'm going to lose a bunch of money on this, and it's going all the way to California, and it's going to cost me $13 to ship it there. So I paid $13 to ship. That's $17. There's going to be fees. That's going to bring me at least to $20, if not more. So I'm going to make like $9 on it, So it's not good. That's not what I wanted at all. So after I realized my mistake, I got back on eBay and I checked out the other items I listed that day, and it was the same thing. Somehow I had them all accidentally at free shipping. I did not intend that, because I had them all priced so that with shipping they would be where I wanted. So I changed it, and I was happy to catch that, because a lot of them were bigger and heavier than this, and it would have cost me a lot of money. That would have been a big mistake. So anyway, I got them all corrected after my internet went out. I had to do it on my phone. I don't like using eBay on my phone, and just it's just a whole thing. But then anyway, I'm gonna ship it out, because that's the price we agreed on, $29.95 free shipping. So anyway, I'll get that labeled up and sent out. And then I need to get back to work on this dresser I'm working on for my DIY Dork channel. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I really got to knock it out today. I have all kinds of other stuff I need to be doing, but I started that, and it's just a whole deal. So anyway, if I have any other sales in the next day or two, or even tonight, I'll throw them in the video. Alright, so I just had a couple more sales. First one here is this pair of shoes. Pretty wild looking. My wife bought these back last fall, I think off of Amazon. And they were like imported from China. They were basically non-returnable, but it turns out they have a heel to them, and she thought they were just totally flat. So she didn't like that, and they didn't quite fit right or whatever. So trying to figure out how to return them, we just decided to throw them on eBay, and instead of losing a lot of money just donating them, we'll lose a little money by selling them. So I listed them for $23.95 with free shipping, and they sold. It took probably 5 months or something like that, but they finally went. It's one of the first things I listed when we got started with this. So anyway, $23.95 with free shipping. So I assume wherever they go, it's probably going to be like $8 shipping, something like that. So I'll make, after fees, I don't know, 12, 13 bucks on them, something like that, or at least get that back. I think she spent about 24 on them, so she lose half her money instead of all her money. Okay, next one here is a really big box, so I'll just kind of set it up here for a second. All right, so this is a printer. Then I have quadruple bubble wrap, saran wrap. I have all this packing paper. I'm trying to give it the best cushion it can have so that it will survive the shipping. It's going pretty far, I think to New York or Massachusetts or something like that. It's going pretty far away. Anyway, this is a, let me remember, HP DeskJet 6940. I'll throw a picture up so you can kind of see what it looked like. I got it at a doctor's office rummage sale. They were selling off everything in the office. I think they were moving, or they just went out of business or something. But anyway, they're getting rid of all their stuff. I had seen it back in January or February when I went to this rummage sale. I bought other stuff, but I passed on this because it was kind of rough. This time when I went back, I was like, man, they still got it. No one else wants it. There is some money there. I should probably just go ahead and grab it. So it was only $5. All it was the printer and the cable to plug it into wall. So there's no cable to plug it into the computer. No, I don't know if it had like hardware or something else you were supposed to use to be able to print with it. So I just got it, brought it home, plugged it in, it turned on. Actually, I tested it there and it worked. So when I come home, I double checked and turned on. It did its little, cleaning sequence or whatever you call it whenever it first starts up. That's all I knew. So I just took really good pictures and I explained everything that come from this rummage sale. And I wasn't able to test it. I don't know how many pages have ran through it. It has some scratching up top and some staining, but it was it was their workhorse, so I assume it's probably running fine, but I don't know for sure. So because I'm not able to test it, I'm selling it for parts only. So I sold it really, really cheap, and I still made pretty decent money off of it. If it was in really good shape, not all scratched up, had all the accessories it needed, they're like $100, $120. I think some of them plus shipping, so it's still a pretty good printer. But this one, just untested, just to get rid of it. I paid $5. I listed it for $36.95 last night, and it sold today. So anyway, I made them pay shipping as well. Turned out to be really expensive. So they paid $36.95 and $45.50 shipping. So it cost more to ship it than to buy it. So in total, if I did my math right, I think that is $82.45. So I definitely want to make sure that it shows up to them in the best condition that I can, do. So I got it packed up really well, so I think it'll be okay. Okay, so I also found a garage sale today that had some stuff. There's actually a couple of them on this road I went down, so I checked them all out. There's nothing good. I was really just looking for local stuff since I have so much eBay stuff, and trying to see if I can find some furniture or some tools. I found a couple of tools. They were all just a little pricey. I also found an electric wheelchair. I'm considering. I don't know. It could be a good deal. The guy told me they bought it for I don't know, the lady's dad or an in-law, and it was $4,000. And the guy got in it and he couldn't control it, and he got out, and that was it. So it has basically never been used, and they bought it a year or two ago, and they have changed batteries out of it. I guess they go dead, and they've bought new batteries. So they went this morning so they could put it in their yard sale. They bought 2 batteries. They were each $100, so they spent $200, and they were just selling everything for $800. And supposedly it's a $4,000 electric scooter. So I was looking at it. I looked them up on eBay just to kind of see what people are trying to sell them for. And there were some selling at like $1,200, $1,300. So I was like, I wonder if I can sell that locally. If I could spend $800, maybe get a better deal and get it for $700 and sell it for $1,200, $1,300, $1,400. That's a really, really good find. So I don't know. I'm considering. I probably won't do it, but I don't know. I might, and that would make up for not finding any other good stuff. Okay, so anyway, the one thing I did buy though is a PlayStation 2. Come with this game. They were asking $25. I asked if they could do better. They said they would do $20. So I decided to take it. It's a silver edition. It's a little bit scratched up. Apparently with these, the condition matters. But I think that all the parts are here that I can actually test it on the TV, so that would be good. And it had a game in there, and that was the main reason I bought it, because the game will pay for what I did, or what I paid for everything. So I paid $20. This game right here, Gauntlet Dark Legacy, on the low end they're like $9 to $15, and on the high end they're about $25. So if I could get $19.95 or $24.95 somewhere out of this, I mean, it is complete, it's in good shape, not all scratched up. So if I could basically get $20 out of it, then this is free. Okay, and this is the silver edition, and I looked them up. The pricing is a little all over the place. If they had the box and everything with it, it's like $130, $120, something like that. It's over $100. The way it is now, I need to test it, but if it works, I could probably get 50, 60, somewhere around there, something like that. So that's not too bad. So basically spend $20, sell off the game, get my money back, and then make maybe around $50 on this plus shipping. So that's not too terrible. It's a pretty good find. So that's why I decided to buy it. I will have to test it out, and I have bought a lot of video game stuff lately, and I haven't tested any of them yet because I'm still working on getting all the other stuff going. So anyway, let me go ahead and get the 2 items boxed up so I can get them shipped out. And then I think there's going to be a local sale later today. A guy's coming by to check out my stereo. I got 2 weeks ago. I paid $35 for it. I had it listed for $135. I dropped it down to $125, and they're asking about it. So if it sells, that'd be $90 profit. So that'd be pretty cool. So we'll see if that happens. All right, here's that stereo I was talking about. I paid $35, and I had it listed for $125. So hopefully that guy will show up in the next 15 minutes to come buy it. All right, so I did sell that stereo. And like I said, I paid $35, and the guy bought it for $125, and he's going to put it in his dad's garage because theirs just gave out. He said it's hard to find ones like these and still in good condition, and I agree. That's why I was able to get good money out of it. So whenever I find them in good working condition, I want to buy them. On the other hand, the ones I had that were kind of broken, if you can get them dirt cheap, they're still probably worth getting if you want to make a little bit of money, $20 here, maybe $25, $30. But they're really good ones in good working condition. If you can spend less than $50, I don't know if I'd spend that much on one, but like 40 or less, then you could probably sell them for right around $100. That's a pretty good turnaround if you can do 1.5 times your money. But anyway, after that, I didn't have any more sales, so I'm going to go ahead and just close out the video here and end it for the week. So anyway, if you like these videos and what I show and different items to pick up and resell, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment of what you think. And if you haven't done it yet, go ahead and subscribe and then click that little bell icon next to it so you can keep up with more of these videos. So thanks for checking it out.